Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring you a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you guys have a good weekend this weekend. And today, I'm bringing you a review for Batman Arkham Knight, third Batman Arkham. Well, I guess it's the fourth one, but the third mainline one in the trilogy. Finally finishing up the trilogy. Uh, it's always nice to cap that shit off. Even though I do have Arkham Origins in the back of my mind, and I probably will get to that someday. But Arkham Knight is what we're talking about today. And yeah, it's like I said, it's the third Arkham Batman game. You're playing as Batman. I liked Arkham City a lot. You can go check out my review on that. I gave it a pretty high score. And then Arkham Asylum was okay. It was good. It just wasn't very memorable, but it mainly was to set the concrete work for Arkham games to build upon. And really, these are the most. At the end of the day, this is the most consistent trilogy I think I've played, and it's a superhero game. It's solid superhero games. Um, we do get three Batman or four Batman games in the world when there's like no superhero games for like anyone else besides Spider-Man recently. But it is, we get a lot of Batman in the world. Anyway, the plot of this game, it starts off right away. I'm not gonna spoil too much. Mild spoilers for the mental stuff that goes on in Batman's head. Excuse me. This game is 5 years and a couple months old, so it's not terrible. But I'm not gonna spoil like who the Arkham Knight is. The game is called Arkham Knight, even though it's very obvious, and that's obviously a flaw of the game. But yeah, mild spoilers, but just watch the video or don't. Thank you guys if you do. But yeah, Arkham Knight starts off with Scarecrow pretty much fear toxing some people and threatening to put the gas all over the entire city, or the fear toxin, not gas. I guess it is gas. I don't know. And Scarecrow is completely different in this game than the previous two Arkham games, which is kind of crazy, but he does take the front seat as the main villain. I think he's perfectly voice acted. I just want to throw that out there. Everyone likes, of course, Mark Hamill as the Joker. And yeah, that's the spoiler that I kind of was not going to say, but I already warned you guys, Joker's in the game. But yeah, of course, Mark Hamill is Joker, Kevin Conroy is Batman, but I think it's John Noble, I don't know who he is, but that's his name, that voices Scarecrow in this game. And Scarecrow is very good in this game, but is not shown enough. He is just simply not shown enough. He's heard a lot, but they don't show him except for the beginning and the end of the game, pretty much. You're just fighting his goons. So yeah, he's basically threatening to, release the fear gas all over the city. He has the Arkham Knight, which is this new character. My brother's always telling me how when this game was first coming out, the game pretty much lied, or the developers pretty much lied and said the Arkham Knight was an original new character. And I'm not gonna spoil who it is because I don't know. There's no reason to say who it is. The game pretty much throws it in your face who it is. And you're basically, you know who it is, and then you're like, there's no way that's going to be who it is. It's too predictable, and it's exactly who it is. So yeah, the Arkham Knight stuff, the character itself isn't cool. Like I said, the developers lied about it being an original character when it's not. They even like hype it up as a mystery of who it could be. So of course it's not an original character if it's someone. It's a guess who game, but they really don't line up too many other people of who it could be. So that's a big flaw of the game. And you just don't really care when you're seeing the Arkham Knight compared to the Scarecrow and Joker things and stuff like that. Yeah. So, also, like I said, the Joker's in the game. I think this game does the Joker perfectly. That's my only spoilers. The Joker's in your head. He gets in your head about 5 to 10 hours in the game. It's about about 20 to 30 hour long game. 35 to 40 if you do a lot of side stuff. But yeah, Joker's in your head, and I think it's the best Joker of all three games. I'm not saying this game is better than than Arkham City or Asylum, but the Joker he's just in your head. He's constantly talking shit to you. You see him everywhere. He jump scares you a lot. He pops up at perfectly good times. He's just talking shit to you. Like, I love the Joker as a character, but I started getting like irritated with him, like. Not in a bad way, but like, damn, like, fuck you, stop talking shit to me. Thank God I'm a small channel, I'll get demonetized. But yeah, he was just constantly there. This game has some frustrating parts where, like, just if you start losing, you constantly get this, the enemy death scenes where the enemies will taunt you to death, and you're just constantly seeing it. It's a little frustrating. The Batmobile is a huge thing in this game. I don't want to go over bored because everyone talks about the Batmobile in this game. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says, especially in today's world of open world games. It's okay. It is overused, yes, um, and especially towards the end. And also, Deadshot. I didn't even realize he was a boss in the game at one point. That he was just a tank. He wasn't a boss. He was a tank, and you had to fight him with your Batmobile tank, pretty much. And it is cool to upgrade it. And it is kind of fun, but it's pretty brain dead. Like it wasn't hard. It wasn't really challenging at any point with the Batmobile because of how strong it is, and it just was overused. Um, and overall, there were just no boss fights at all, really. When I think about it, like there was like a few boss fights, but you don't fight any of the villains like one on one. The Arkham Knight's boss fight is just a like runaway kind of mission in the Batmobile, or there's just a kind of sneak around mission that really wasn't that like it wasn't nothing like Mr. Freeze in Arkham City. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just not creative. Uh, and there's just no final boss like Scarecrow. There's no bosses in this. It's very weird. I didn't like that at all, but I'm talking all the negative first. I do have some positives to say about this game, of course. Yeah, like I said, didn't like the Arkham Knight too much. Positives though, when it comes to the Arkham Knight, is I did like kind of what the Arkham Knight represented. I didn't like who he was, but I liked what he represented. He was like what a Batman pretty much created him. That's kind of what you get to learn throughout the game. Uh, that Batman, he's something that Batman created and caused to happen, and it's just the Arkham Knight is like a bad version of him, in my opinion. That's how I see it, and I like that at first, but it's just more. It's the least uninteresting and least good written part of the game compared to the Joker being in your head and trying to take over your body. Yeah, that's like a thing going on, and then Scarecrow just being evil and terrifying and trying to rule the city. That's even more interesting just because of how well it's acted. And yeah, maybe just Arkham Knight's not well acted, but it's just is what it is. There's some really cool flashback scenes at the end of this game, and just mentally fucked scenes because this game finally gives me what a superhero game that I wanted, like something that I've wanted in superhero games, and that's like inner struggle, like just dealing with I don't know being the Batman for fucking 30 years. It's just all these villains and everything you've been through. It's all coming together. And Batman deals with a lot of personal struggles in this. From one, he has Joker in his head trying to take his body over. For two, he's considering retiring and looking for someone to take his place. So that's whether it be Robin or Azrael in some side mission content. Side missions in general, I actually liked in this game, but they're kind of grindy. You just kind of do the same mission over and over again, a little bit harder until you finally have an acquaintance. I say an acquaintance with the villain, like Penguin, Two Face, and shit like that, because you don't fight them. You just see them again, and then you gotta capture them and bring them to the GCPD, which is really cool because then they're all in a cell together. And I know I'm just going on a tangent, but this game is cool, and I'm just gonna tell you guys about the cool things because I talked about 6 minutes of stuff I didn't like, but I really did like this game more than I thought I would actually. It was almost better than Arkham City at some points to me. Like I said, the side content was just a little bit more fun to me. It was grindier, but I liked it. It was a little bit creative because we had a character like Pig. If you go around and find all the dead, hung up bodies made by a serial killer, you find this crazy serial killer guy named Pig. The Man Bat that does that legendary jump scare in the game is really cool. I jump scared at least 5 times this game, and like successful jump scares, like they got me, like good shit. Like 3 times being by the Joker, once being by Batman, and then the Man Bat itself had all jump scared the shit out of me. Batman damn near jump scared me twice actually. Anyway, this game just had a lot of good moments. The graphics are still great to this day. It is a really cool city. I saw a comment a while ago on one of the Arkham videos I watched once upon a time that it was like Arkham Asylum had the best atmosphere in the asylum. Arkham City just had like the best story, and best city, I would say honestly, and then Arkham Knight just had the best graphics, and the Batmobile is cool. I do like it. Some more complaints: the Riddler. He's not really a riddler in this. Like, he gives you some riddles, which is cool, and I mean a lot of riddles, which is cool. But he also makes fucking racetracks for the Batmobile. Like, what the fuck? I kind of liked them, to be honest. They made me feel like I was playing GTA Racing again. But they were kind of weird. Like, why is the Riddler making racing tracks? it just, and they used the Batmobile for tons of puzzles in the game. It's just they were really proud of what they did with the Batmobile in making this game. Also, I did all the side mission for Riddler is Riddler capturing Cat. Oh shit, is Riddler capturing Catwoman, and you do all these riddles to get this like self-destructive necklace off Catwoman. You do all that up to a point to where when you save her, you can't fight the Riddler until you collect every single Riddler trophy in the game. Not only that, but you can't actually get any credits or get the true ending until you 100% the game, which includes collecting all the Riddler trophies in the game. That's not a huge deal, but that's kind of fucking bogus. I just think it's petty. I saw no credits, but I beat this game. I beat it. Fuck you, I beat it. I didn't see the credits though, which sucks. And that's not because I didn't beat it. That's because this game chose to like make me want to find all the Riddler trophies. Like, I get people do that, but don't make people do that to see the real ending. It kind of ticks me off. But it is a minor complaint. Like I said, I do love the atmosphere. Even though I like the atmosphere in Arkham Asylum, but I do like it in this. I like the villains, even though they're not like bosses in this. But I think Scarecrow is pretty underrated in this game as like a really cool villain. I just wish you saw him more. Like I said, you fight a lot of tanks with your Batmobile constantly. You're constantly just fighting militiamen. Nothing really too creative. I do like the stealth parts. I feel like Batman is really strong and hits hard in this one. In Arkham Knight, I feel like he hits as hard as that recent Batman trailer, which actually Batman got delayed recently because Robert Pattinson got COVID-19, so that sucks ass. That's why I played this game, though. I was in Batman mood. And yeah, so overall it was pretty cool. I love just like sitting on a rooftop. The game is constantly raining and it's dark, and just being the Batman. Of course, this game makes you feel like Batman, but it makes you feel like Bruce Wayne sometimes. I love that. I wanted some more Bruce Wayne, but it gave me some inner struggle, and it gave me that like retirement inner, like I'm done with this career type vibe. So it was cool. It wrapped up. This was like the official ending to Batman, of all time. So if you're a huge Batman fan, I'm sure you've already played this. If you've ever like hesitated because you heard there's too much Batmobile, there is, but I would still play this game 100%. It's actually better than I would say most people like when they talk about it. They just bring up how Arkham Knight sucks and how there's too much Batmobile, which is both true, but there are plenty of positives and so many cool Joker moments in this game that you just have to play to experience. And I even enjoyed the side missions and the dual team up things with like when Batman and Nightwing fought Penguin in this, which you can kind of see the basis of how they're going to make Gotham Knights or whatever, or even that new Suicide Squad game. That's the next Rocksteady game. See how that shit goes. Anyway, my final verdict in this game, I was debating between a 9 and an 8, and sometimes when the game frustrated me, I almost thought a 7. So overall, I'm going to go with the middle answer there, which is 8 out of 10 as my final verdict. It's not as good as Arkham City because the game is a bit too long as well, in my opinion. Arkham City is just like perfect with a perfect twist with 5 or 6 really nice boss battles, and then it's wrapped up nicely in a sad but satisfying ending and a bow, and just perfect pacing, and what a perfect game. But that's because they had the idea of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City already, and then Arkham Knight was just an add-on that was just it has a few too many problems, and a lot of questionable design choices at times, but still very enjoyable, and you fucking feel badass as the Batman in this for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.